Hey, what's up? My name's Corey. Welcome to Driving on Chaos. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This video is going to be for my Alltrack. It's going to be putting in a stage 3 clutch and doing coilovers. And for my Alltrack, this guy. Might as well do a little breakdown as far as what my Alltrack does, and the abuse that I put through it. So 2019 Golf Alltrack. It currently is sitting on H&R lowering springs, stock shock and strut, so it finds a bump stop really fast. These are my wife's R-Line Passat 19s, which her car has the 18s that my Alltrack came with. I think they sit really good. Anyways, as far as the brakes go, these are 2012 TTRS front brakes. They bolted right up. I put ECS tuning hard lines in for the rear. They are matching TTRS rears, which the R32 of the MK6 ran the same brakes. It works with the non-electric handbrake. So if you're thinking about doing that, that's what you got to go through for your Alltrack. Did the hard lines also. I actually built all of this. Well, I can't say built. I put it together myself. It didn't come as a kit. Brought the rotor separate, bought the caliper and the caliper bracket separate. I had to make the hard line back there. I don't know if you can see the hard line back there, but I actually had to bend and flare that myself. But yeah, that all bolted right up. Did the steel braided brake line for that guy too. Had to change the brake line because the original brake line is a banjo bolt style, and that's not the way that these bigger brakes work. Other than that, let's see, the interior is stock besides my little APR boost gauge. Everything else, the car's filthy right now, as you can tell. Under the hood is where a lot of the magic happens. So, integrated engineering intake system, IS38 from HPA, downpipe, say quotes cat, California legal, carb sticker for the downpipe, I'll say that. I have ECS tuning hard lines. I have ECS tuning big intercooler. I have I don't know if you can see it, but I have a external oil cooler. Helps with the hot days at the track. Internal is the same. Other than that, she rockets pretty good for a manual, which if you ever come across an Alltrack, you'll probably run into it as a DSG. But I got my 3 pedals right there. That's what's important. I know DSGs are faster, I get it, but I'm more of a you know, driver in a sense, that I like to be the one to make the shift mistakes. I like it, you know, I like to make me be the excuse. Other than that, this is we're gonna be doing it in my driveway, hence the reason why it's all looking all cockeyed like that. But let's get to the products. I've had this clutch kit for probably the last 3 years. I bought this car in 2020, and I knew everything that I was going to do to it, so I went ahead and bought this. And as you can tell, yeah, she's dusty. Slave cylinder, this here is the flywheel. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, that's flywheel. That's the flywheel. This here is the clutch kit itself. Stage 3. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be rattly. That's okay though. It's, you know, race car thing. And then these guys. So these took 9 months to get. These are the Evo S's. And boy, do I think they look sexy. Oh yeah. Look at those bad man pajamas. I can't wait, because riding on bump stop for the last... that's the other one. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Yeah, riding on bump stops for the last 3 years has not been fun. With this car, I love doing canyon runs, love canyon driving. These aren't the wheels that I use for summertime or on the street. These are my, what I call winter tires. Good old Continentals. Extreme Contacts. These, best tires by far. I love them. I love them so much. I put on my wife's car. But I do have a set of 19-inch rotiforms with some mismatched tires. You know, I'm still trying to figure out which tire brand I like best. But on Streets of Willow, counterclockwise, the last time I was there, I did a 1 minute 28.3 second lap. And I mean, from what people told me, that's pretty quick for all-wheel drive ass dragger, especially with all that rotational weight in the wheels. Those rotors are so heavy. 14.5. There's a 370 mil rotor that came on the TTRSs, and I know the newer RS3s and TTRSs, they have the same brake rotor size, but they run 6 caliper instead of the old I said 6 caliper, 6 piston caliper instead of the older 4 piston caliper. I'm still trying to figure out a brake cooling system. I know the TTRSs have those plates that kind of grab the air from underneath the car, and then they direct some air into the rotor. That's probably going to be my best bet. You can get those online all day. But that's cool. So anyways, the first step for doing this clutch is obviously removing the battery tray, removing all my intake tray, removing hard lines. But so yeah, that's a rundown of this car. I hope it doesn't take too long. I do work you know, on a regular job, so as you can see, when the sun is setting, it's close to nighttime when I get off work, and I try to put a couple hours every day, get this done. There's actually an event coming up June 23rd. It's going to be Wagon Fest And yeah, I want this. I'm not one to sit low, like slammed. I don't like that. I'm more of a drivability kind of person. You know, I don't like worrying about driving into driveways or worried about coming up on speed bumps. And you know, I like to be able to cruise over them, easily. But I do want to put that wheel gap lower, kind of flush it up even. I know the back sits pretty high. My say street tires, summer performance tires that I run, they are smaller sidewall. So these are 255/35s. You can read that. My street tires are 255/30 by 19s, and a little bit more clearance, which will allow me to drop it down even lower with those. So yeah, should be sitting properly by the time that's done. But Wagon Fest, June 23rd, I will be there. I'm trying to convince my friend Gabe to bring his classic Chevy wagon. I think it's a Chevelle wagon. I could be wrong. It might be an Impala wagon. I don't remember. It's cool though. It's white, chrome rims. He's nervous that it won't make it there or home, but I have faith in you, Gabe. You're gonna make it. I promise. So, yeah, this is my Alltrack. Alright, as you can see, sun is almost set, so it's about bedtime now, right? So, yeah, kind of a sketch factor. They're not on the last notch, but the car's sitting level. That's all that matters to me. Enough height for that transmission to slip down. It's a lot more than dropping the transmission. There's the center drive line I got to drop out. I got to drop the subframe to get the transmission with transfer case out. Dropping the subframe is going to take the steering rack with it. Since I'm dropping the subframe, that's why I decided to do the struts at the same time. So I'm gonna try, I know I gotta take the calipers off, but I'm gonna try to leave the rotors, disconnect the struts from up top. Obviously the drive shaft's got to come out. There's a lot to do. Still got the battery box out, got the intake off, got to do the transmission shift linkage, the starter, all these other pipes that are in the way. Charge pipes got to ting out, starter. But sketch factor, I'm gonna say 10. So this engine hoist carrier deal from China, it's got roller bearings right here. That's kind of nice, but the sketch factor is that it's not lining up really with my hooks. So I have hook mount here, hook mount here. It's not really lining up. So with the China chain that came with it, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect here, and I'm going to find a bolt on this side of the motor, and I'm going to try and balance the motor that way. Put it here, find a bolt over here. I think I'm going to take this heat shield out to access a bolt. I mean, these mounts are only held in by 2 small, looks like 8mm size bolts. So, I mean, if those are strong enough, one more on the other side should be plenty. But it's a sketch factor for sure. This is just because never trust your struts. I don't care how good it holds the hood, don't trust your struts. So yeah, that'll be the next video. For now, so the reason, I should have went back on this, the reason why I can't just line the bar up center with that is because the strength of the body. So this mounting surface here has all the material. If I want to inch it forward, there's not a lot of weight there, and I'm afraid that if it flexes this way, it'll rotate the engine with it, and that will be bad news bears. So I'm going to keep the strength of it sitting here on both sides. I think it's a better side, you can see better over here. So you can see that that's all hard unibody here, and then there's nothing here. So that's why it's gonna stay on that side. So if you've been watching this whole time, thanks for watching. I'll try to keep these videos going. Need that motivation.